Played HoI3 with black eyes from the start. Playing vanilla feels so wrong to you. Also meant you're immune to pain, you suffer it all. Fair enough. Well, it's great for just having fun, but also have just enough of death to get your feet wet. If I want something bonkers, detail and crazy, I'll fire a Gary Christie's ball into these. Fair enough, yeah, that's also a game. Like, that's one of the games that I do play from time to time, but it's so kind of in depth that I just whenever I start it, I just get overwhelmed with all the stuff that I need to do. It's like, you know what, I can't be asked. Let's see, heavy cruiser, anti-air artillery. We can cancel that one then. Right, for that, we still need to get the light cruiser upgrade, which shouldn't take that long, right? Or maybe it does. It's somewhere in the list. And we need more reinforcements, one more. Okay, so we are not that... Yeah, we basically have the productions already done again. I suppose the upgrades of the units have already been done as well. In the middle of a 15-hour basics tutorial for War in the East. Right, I mean, I can imagine that that game has a 15-hour tutorial for basics. It is quite complicated, to say the least. Right, so we've got sort of warship. Oh, medium velocity gun advance. Okay, so that's going to unlock a lot of the... Oh, heavy assault guns. Here we go. Also medium tanks, tank destroyers, heavy tank destroyers. Right, we're going to put in the assault guns, heavy assault guns. Might as well... Actually, medium velocity gun is probably ahead of time now. Yeah, or high velocity gun, rather. Heavy tank destroyer, and... Well, yeah, basically all of that. The high velocity gun we can cancel. For the time being. We've still got 192 research projects, so that's still quite a few. I started the tutorial, the guy was like, this is simple. There's all the 50 hours linked. Fair enough. Right, so the ETA for the heavy assault guns would be 8th of July. Also, we got a bit of extra... Oh, extra reinforcements again. Okay, that's just been fluctuating. So drop it to 3 IC and let it be there. But yeah, the Germans probably have at least 3.5 million men now, I would assume. Our unit command and control, is that ahead of time now? No, not quite. Hey, we're gonna attack again. It's less muddy. Oh, that was something being produced. Oh, right, it's 3 of the infantry divisions. Right, I'll just place them in here. Kind of like a collection of various reserve divisions for the central front here. Right, so what do we put in the production queue then? I suppose we could put in a bit more ships. Put in a couple more submarines and then maybe a couple more destroyers. Maybe we'll put in even some frigates. There's quite a few ships underway. Just trying to make sure that we don't spend too much of our manpower yet. Minute of explaining why different kinds of hats on soldier or affects morale because he's less warm. Oh boy. Yeah. That kind of does sound like a war in the East. Why are the... Oh, we can purchase planes from Germany. I don't think we need to buy planes from Germany. I don't want to give them money or supplies. So Chef, thanks for the follow. What's my long-term plan as Romania? Well, basically we want to destroy the Axis, but we're just kind of waiting for a nice timing for it, or if we can join the Allies, then that's going to be another option. But we're going to destroy the Axis and then also try to destroy the Soviets. We might join the Allies, we might not join the Allies, we don't know yet, but we've been having, like, the first few years of this run were quite full of fighting, to be sure. But right now, it's a bit less action. While we just wait for the opportunities to appear. Or present itself. Right, so that is ahead of time. But it does increase the research speed already, so that's good. Right, 167 I see from our puppets. Or 166. It also fluctuates a little bit depending on how much the puppets have, supplies and all that. If they build up things and whatever modifiers they might have of their own. Ooh, submarine shipyard. Excellent. And speaking of submarines, get this one in Athens. Athens is our kind of primary port right now over here. It is actually full level as well. Let's go ahead and get this signed to... Oh, the third cruiser fleet's captain needs to be promoted, so we can have the 5 ships there without penalties. Basically, first 3 years we're fighting the miners around us. It's been 2 years of build-up. Stand no chance against mere powers. We were the big fish on the pond, reaching the ocean. Yeah, essentially. Like, we tried fighting the Axis, but then it was quite obvious that we just didn't have the power required. Of course, we upgraded our military quite a bit since then, and like gotten a lot heavier stuff in here and that sort of stuff. So now we might have a chance. Well, at least a better chance, but we're just waiting for the Allies to make a proper move. Like, they do have some landing in Sicily, and they're taking that province back again. They're just going back and forth here. At one point, they had all but these 3 provinces in Sicily, but then the Germans brought in like 20 or 30 divisions there and pushed the Allies back, and then the Germans withdrew probably some of their troops. Right, I suppose we need more things to produce. So we get another corps of infantry. That wouldn't hurt. Yeah, we're still kind of building up. We've got over 2 million, well, close to 3 million army now, or 3 million men in our army. So it's not small, to say the least. And like, it's rivaling the German army in size, more or less. Like, we're probably still a little bit smaller, because I know that they've been building up their army a little bit. But like, overall, it's not that much behind. But it's just fighting both the Germans and Italians at the same time is going to be quite difficult, because they just don't have... Well, I mean, Italians kind of do have a front in Sicily, so that's where they are focusing a lot of their troops, but they now lost most of their holdings in Africa, so all the troops in Africa have whatever survived, or rather shattered, when then brought into Italy. Railroad network... Oh, right, that's actually something we should do. Oh, the Sincero Grabber. Oh. Right, yeah, we can do that. And then... Railway level 8. And... Road network level 8. Do we have the... Once we get these to level 8, we can do the airfield and seaport as well. I've done one campaign in War in the East so far. Took over Army Group North on the push to Leningrad 41. But to the outskirts of Leningrad, but tanks ran out of fuel because it wasn't changing the rail lines from Soviet gauge to following gauge. Yeah, that is certainly one of the easy kind of blunders that you can do. Been there, done that. Right, I suppose we can get a little bit more of the submarines upgraded. Should be alright though. And the wind attrition killed the trucks. Oh, the prod. Oh, yeah. The prod, one of the... Actually, yeah, it's one of the HQ defense detachments and AA gun battalion in here. The Bad Rahinal. Better than the Germans did before the winter. Oh, that's called efficiency. Oh, and now we got a ton of it. I see, not used. Okay, well. So if you like the mechanized troops, let's get another corps of those. They cost a ton, take a ton, or a ton of time, but they are going to be quite good. Oh, wow. That toughness is over 200. Almost 240 toughness. And soft attack of 99, and just the fact that it's got softness of 20%, that's quite amazing, actually. But they are bloody expensive, to say the least. Black Ice was supposed to be historical. Well, yes, but we decided to go a bit ahistorical. Yeah, we did the no neutrality at the start. And then basically conquered all of this before the Germans had the chance to get Austria and anything like that. So the Germans have been curtailed quite a bit. But like if you want to have fun as minor nations, then either you have to play exactly the historical route, or you need to use the no neutrality. There's not really any middle ground, in my opinion at least. And even the historical route isn't always all that enjoyable. And we have more IC than Germans and Italians combined. More or less, yeah. And to be fair, a large chunk of that is, or a decent chunk of that is from Norway, Sweden, Denmark and Finland. But to be fair, we've also been expanding our industry quite a bit over time. Oh, mechanical computing machine advance, excellent. What do we have? That's 3 years at our time. Well, it allows ahistorical stuff, but it does break the game a little bit. Or at least it breaks the AI a little bit. But it can cause some quite hilarious things. But also another thing that we did do on this run is after the first session, oh, France has been liberated again, which means that they're probably going to get annexed again. Oh no, they won't. Well, I'll be. But yeah, I do have cores on, actually, diplomatic screen is probably the easiest way to show it. So I got cores on Hungary, Yugoslavia and Bulgaria for me, so that gives us a bit more like a base to build from, getting manpower, leadership and all that. Are you designing your core divisions? Well actually in Black Ice it's a bit different, like in terms of the units, like you only usually have just one regiment of like the primary or like infantry, and then you have all the support stuff in there. But there is of course the strength sizes, so I'd say that we got probably triangle divisions, at least the regular infantry divisions in terms of the size. And then of course some of the support stuff is like doubled in size. It is quite different, yeah. It takes a while to get used to. Can Germany win with Black Ice? A German player, yes. German AI, it's quite rare. I suppose it's possible. Depends on, of course, what difficulty settings you put them on and all that. But it's once they get deep into Soviet Union, they usually start losing way too much manpower for their own good. Right, I suppose. Could go through the division. So what we have in infantry right now is we got Infantry Regiment, Medium Artillery, Heavy AT. Of course, Heavy AT is something that you need to unlock a bit deeper into the playthrough, so you don't start with that. Then we got Motorcycle Recon, we got Engineers, Horse Transports, because Horse Transport is actually surprisingly good overall, because the infantry is not going to be going all that fast anyway. And then we got the Division Headquarters. It gives various bonuses, combined arms bonuses specifically. We get up to 70% right now for the regular infantry. Then, for example, our mechanized, or technically I suppose this is now a tank division, has armor regiment, a mechanized infantry regiment, armored support. The support units, or that are called support unit, is like a bit larger support unit that has various stuff in there that you can kind of decide on your own what sort of stuff you want in there. Then we got self-propelled artillery, armored engineers, half-track transports, and the division headquarters. If you don't have a division headquarters, you don't get the combined arms bonus. But that's kind of the primary stuff. Playing about 50% HoI3, HoI4 these days. And yeah, as a player you can certainly win as Germany, but it's difficult. And you need to have a fairly good control of your troops, especially during Barbarossa, that you can advance quickly enough, but also destroy enough of the frontline troops from the Soviets to actually push through. Usually always play Germany due to the fact that they had nice uniforms. Yeah, I mean, Germany is certainly a challenge to play as. Although it's at the same time like it's somewhat easy to play as in the fact that like the holdings are quite concentrated. You got a good industry, so you can kind of do experimenting of things that work and don't work, all that sort of stuff. You've got a bit more freedom as some compared to some other nations. Right, that is a new infantry corps. Is that? Yeah, there's got to be the 5th one over here. Then Trus's army now has 5 corps. Should be alright. And we may need... Well, no, I think we got enough supply still. We've got a decent bit of things in production, although that's probably not going to last very long. Can you not do Barbarossa? You can not do, but the user may declare down the line. Especially if you do a landing in UK, then it's hard-coded that USSR will declare war on you. And even if you don't do landing in UK, they might still declare war on you later on. The most recent campaign was in HoI3, where we brought back the monarchy, then conquered the world and restored all European royal families from the 1800s. Broke up the UK and created new royal families for Wales, England, UK and Ireland. Made Australia an independent kingdom. Was fun. As a Germany. Ah, fair enough. Rani, and there we go. That's another division here. So we got 5 corps of well, actually 4 corps of infantry, 1 mechanized corps in here as a and heavy cruiser class advance. Excellent. Let's go ahead and put in some more of the cruiser techs in here that we haven't actually been doing recently. Actually, didn't. Well, yeah, there's that one. But we can also put in a couple heavy cruiser, at least 1 heavy cruiser. You know. Actually, that's the funny thing. What's the difference between the heavy cruiser and the pocket battleship in terms of stats now? The heavy cruiser has a much better sea defense. Of course, the heavy cruiser techs, we've done more of those. They also got a bit more shore bombardment and all that. Sea attack is better. Frontal attack is not better. The range is about the same, but the firing distance is much higher in the pocket battleship. At least get 1 more heavy cruiser. Got quite a bit of them underway. Nuke Tanasuva. Kind of reminds me of Arch of Iron 2. Eventually you just nuke everything because the AI would love massive doom stacks of like... Especially the Soviets would love their doom stacks of 100 divisions in one province. They can't move away from there, but like... it's difficult to break them in, so you just nuke them. So they lose all their organization, then you attack. Okay, we're almost done with the upgrades. Although, for now. Sure that there's going to be plenty more to come. Key for Germany victory in Black Ice is good light armor, army to pierce through and advance faster than the USSR can retreat and surround the 3 major cities, Moscow, Leningrad and Stalingrad. You win by the end of 1941, start of 42. If you don't win by 42, then you will probably stalemate. Yeah, that sounds about right. I rarely play major nations, at least alone. Like, major nations in Black Ice in multiplayer is quite fun, because you can kind of divide the responsibilities a bit better. Deutschland has been lost and... Okay, military wants more money, and veteran unit, I suppose we'll get that. Industry asks for more money, and resource production, I think we're going to go with no need on that one. What do we have? Oh, right, it's the small warship stuff over here, so that's ahead of time, and that is ahead of time. Oh, about to get the atom bomb proposal. Not that we're going to be using those anytime soon, I reckon. But, you know, keeping the options open there. Right, so we've got another headquarters in here. Should probably be sent down somewhere down this way. Gonna play as India. It can be made a puppet. So technically you need to start as UK. But like it's they're not something that you can start as. But yeah, technically you can play as. But yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of events that will break then if India is an actual state. Oh, Glorious is lost, okay. So there seems to be still a lot of naval battles going on overall. Speaking of India, what the heck? Oh, Andaman Islands, is that? They are an Axis member. What? Okay. I guess Japan did that. Indian free movement. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Oh, right, and Ceylon is still occupied by the Japanese as well. There's basically no one in there, but the British haven't bothered retaking it. Yeah, India joined the Axis, because apparently Japan made them a puppet or something. Or had an event to make them independent. Right, secret. Atom bomb proposal. Yeah, we need to get more things. I wonder if that's going to open up the... See, exchange, IC, no. Mine investment. I suppose I could invest in the chromite mine again, just in case. And let's actually go ahead and buy more copper as well. There's some strategic resources that we are going to need, and I want to make sure that we don't run too low on the copper side of things, because that's going to slow down our naval production quite drastically. You know, some Ceylon, but I doubt any game allows Sri Lanka to take over the world. Paradox game? Well, I mean, in World War II period, probably not, but I know that at least Supreme Ruler Ultimate, there's some scenarios that will allow you to play as Sri Lanka, at least in modern day scenarios, where you could technically take over the world. It's not going to be easy, but it's possible. Oh, look at that. Sicily has almost fallen. Well, it took a while, but I guess have the Italians run out of... Oh yeah, Italians are really low on manpower now. They're still building some ships, but that's about it. They're trying to build some other things as well, but yeah, ooh. So Italy might be having some problems. If the Americans get to somewhere around here, then that is where we're going to declare war. I'm pretty sure that there's a massive German units now moving down south again. At least we can see some of them here. A light caliber tank cannon and machine guns advance, so we can get the light tank upgrade. We're not going to put that to the top of the list. What's the Italian unit? That is an excellent question. Oh, 69.8%. Okay. I think we can kind of work with that. I mean, it's still relatively high overall, but it is going to be dropping, I reckon. Oh, another piercing cap ballistics. I forgot to put that to the research queue ages ago. Well, it's going to be done in August now. Oh, and we got... Oh, right, the transport planes. We're going to put in Torren. You know, just in case. My main threat is now Axis. Like, technically speaking, it's possible that since we've caused quite a bit of threat to the Soviets, that they might declare war on us, in which case we're doomed. Like, we don't have any troops on their border. But right now, we're just focusing on fighting the Axis. Once there's a nice little situation or point in time where they are distracted enough that we can punch or like attack into Italy and Germany and take a fair bit of land, set up defensive lines, and hold until they start running out of manpower, at least low on manpower. But yeah, like, I don't think the Axis will be attacking us directly. They are kind of wary of us because we've had troops on their border quite a while. Like, Battlefield Interdiction, is that in Blitzkrieg? No, that's in air. Is that ahead of time or not? No, it's not ahead of time yet. Never mind. Oh, we're down to 700. Oh, right, because we lost a 10%. extra from the economic modifier, and of course they got the -5% from the roads and rails as well. Did we ever get the... Oh, we did get the seaport and airport capabilities. Okay. Well, let's get these. This is going to take a few clicks to do. There's a trick because you only get modifiers, or the modifiers for levels 1 to 4, 4 to 8, and 9 to 12 are going to be the same for these. So if we do them 4 at a time, we're just going to get the modifier once, basically. But we do get the bonuses from all 4 levels, basically. Well, I suppose technically it's the top level, but anyway. Cruiser damage control in cruisers is now ahead of time. Yep, it's 1946 tech. So it is indeed a bit of ahead of time. Getting some of the single-engine aircraft components. So now that France controls their colonies in North Africa, and again, I think Italy's going to start to fall relatively soon. I mean, I think this might have been just a lot of troops arriving from elsewhere in Africa, to be fair. With the transport plane into Torin. Oh, we did lose another 10% if I seen it right now. Oh, and that's probably... Yeah, that's another transport plane. There's still one more, which is going to be done today. Capital Ship Service Search Radar. So that gives a bit of surface detection for our capital ships. There we go, we got some of the transport planes. I suppose what I could do for a little bit... Oh, right, did I ever... I didn't ever move these, did I? Whoops. Let's go ahead and give these orders to start transporting some supplies in here. Just to make sure that we can... Oh, continental military power. Huzzah. Okay, is that... That may have been just the airplanes that we needed then. Well, that gives a bit of leadership, organization regain, and manpower. That's pretty good. How much do we get manpower per month right now anyway? 33.6. That's not too bad. Now, to be fair, we do use quite a bit of manpower for increasing the size of our army and all that. And there we go, we've got another factory. Hopefully that's going to allow us to get enough supplies down here to start maybe stockpiling a little bit. Aero engine research. Okay, so we could get the single engine fighter prototype already into research queue. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm not going to put to the top of the list though. I'm going to let it climb up slowly. So it's going to be done a bit closer to 1944. Right, but there was also this thing that we probably needed to switch around. Let's just start with that one. So we get a veteran headquarters unit in there, which is basically just a bit better. It's not a massive difference in the quality, but it's an improvement. We're going to put that under the headquarters there, which will probably eventually use those headquarters, to be fair. Yeah, we got a lot of rather quick troops, or relatively quick troops at least, ready to kind of, well, basically let's drive over these units here, get to Venice, and hopefully get to the Po River over here. Set up a defensive line there while we clear out the rest of this, and the Trieste pocket and Zara pocket over here. Here's Zara pocket. It's still actually not all that much. Like there's one militia, one garrison, one infantry division, one headquarters. Actually, probably 2 headquarters, maybe even more than that. We've got some ships there as well. Ooh. Littorio's in there. And we just got the trade interdiction submarine doctrine. Ah, torpedo boat class has been upgraded. Excellent. Which actually means that we should probably build some. Another 6 of them. We probably still need and motor torpedo boats have been upgraded as well. Actually, what is the range of our motor torpedo boats now? 320 kilometers, so it's not very long range. But the speed is actually, yeah, the speed is 55 kilometers per hour, so it can basically catch up to any other fleet. So in that regard, it might be a decent interception fleet.